the win streak continues. What's up, though, guys? Welcome back to another recap. It's actually Sunday right now, so hopefully you guys are ready for another great week. If you guys are just popping in or you're new around here, we are on like a 3 to 4 week win streak right now, going absolutely crazy. But this is going to be the recap from technically Friday. It was London session going into Friday, so this was my Friday's P&L. As you guys can see, this is like one of the main trades of the night. Over 100 points, all signaled on TikTok Live, which was crazy. If you guys don't know, I stream on TikTok Live for Asia London session and in my Discord for New York session. All of it's free, but this was the main trade. We caught over 100 points. It's a beautiful long. And then let me show you guys. I actually caught. Yeah, here was that same long. It ended up getting stopped in profit, so up just around $1,000 today. And then also a short later, also up around $1,000 on that one, but ended up getting all the way stopped out. I think I'll drag this up a little more, but getting stopped out in profit on that short as well. Our drawn liquidity was way lower, and then as you can see on this long, we had our drawn liquidity was way higher for this one, but like I said, we got stopped out. So just up around $1,000 on the day. So let's get into the full recap. While I have this up, if you guys aren't yet in the free Discord, this is where I trade New York session live every single morning for free. So the link's going to be in the description to join that. All you got to do is type from YouTube. So make sure you type from YouTube in the Discord public chat, and I'll let you guys into the free premium. And yeah, let's get into this recap. So, like I said, this is going to be from last Friday. So a few days ago, making the video a tad bit late, but I want to get into this recap for you guys before this new week starts, and ready to kill it for another week, guys. So hopefully you guys are all going to be there for this next week. All right, so this is going to be the trade from this is going to be the long. So like this was like the trade of the night, if you call it. The short was kind of like a re-entry, but the long, the one here that I showed you guys over 100 points, and the one I signaled, this is going to be the play of the night, the one I'm going to recap. And then I'm also going to go over a quick recap of New York session because I didn't wake up for New York session. I stayed up all night, sadly, or not sadly because we made money, but New York session had a little setup too, so I want to go over those real quick. So here's the PO3 from that long. It was at, yeah, around this time right here from 2503. Yep, so let's go into replay mode. It was in this area here. So start new. Boom. Okay, so obviously, you guys know I trade the PO3. If you guys don't know yet, go check out my other YouTube videos to look at my strategy. But we were watching this new 4-hour candle. So this new 4-hour candle was opened. Not much of a manipulation on this top wick. We didn't really manipulate much. Price was heading down very fast. Took out all of this. If you guys were in the lives, you heard me talk about this all the time. All these stacked lows. They disrespected all the bull stuff. Like they came in and swept out all that stuff. Also, as far as a higher time frame area, I believe this was, yep, there was an hourly gap. So we had an hourly FEG here. Oh, you guys can't really see it. There you go. So there's an hourly FEG that we were tapping into. And this also lined up with the golden zone retracement of, or let me get this marked out for you guys real quick. So that's the main thing. You guys need to have higher time frame narrative, higher time frame confluence with your plays. So obviously, like I said, we're trading that 4-hour candle. There's not much manipulation to the upside. We want to look for a quick PO3 that lines up with the 4-hour candle CRT to take a long and take out some of those stacked liquidity. So as you see, we had this big higher time frame gap. What did it line up with? It lined up with golden zone retracement of this swing low to swing high. So I believe we were watching this on the, or what was it? What was it? Maybe it was. Oh no, that's what it was. That's what it was. Sorry. Like I said, I'm recording this on Sunday, so this isn't like what you call it. Here it is. It was like this, guys. So we had the, what was it? The 4-hour or the hourly? Yeah, so we had this 4-hour order block. So if you guys look right now, I'm just showing you guys the higher time frame confluence. So sorry if it's a little sloppy. I just wanted you guys to see that these trades aren't like kind of developed off anything random. So we were testing into all the equilibrium of this 4-hour wick, the equilibrium of the 4-hour order block, like just into a higher time frame area. More importantly, though, this was the main thing. All this LRL, like all these stacked lows here, got swept with this new 4-hour candle, sweeping into a 1-hour order block. We held the CE of this 1-hour gap. So look, if you take this tool on the 1-hour for value gap from here to here, what you get is the 50% and also the 0.25 quadrant. So this is a good way to break up higher time frame gaps. And as you can see, you don't want to see price closing below the CE of these gaps. And as you can see, it wicked into the 0.25 and 0.5 area, instantly bought up. But here's the little lower time frame breakdown. It's pretty simple. Price was staircasing down. We were forming accumulation ranges, and then we knifed through. So right, we formed Big accumulation ranges. You guys are used to these by now, man. If you guys haven't checked out all the other recaps, make sure you guys check them out. Huge accumulation range. You could even consider this a little tiny reaccumulation here. And then price is just manipulating these fast. We're manipulating it fast into a key area, right? So then you get your accumulation, manipulation into a key area. So we had our key areas marked out ready to go. And then, like I said, using the 4-hour candle CRT, you're expecting this to end up being the bottom wick of the 4-hour candle to take out all this LRL. So what was our draw on liquidity? Well, we got our accumulation, we got our manipulation, and then you see all this low resistance liquidity. All it is like trend line liquidity, I guess you could call it. But look at this. We have a high that didn't take each other. High, 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 high. All these highs are highs that didn't take each other out, so it's kind of like a big trend line liquidity. So you can expect, you can kind of see how that sets up. We get our PO3 down into a key area. We hold the key area we need to. And like I said, there's no need to try to predict that this is going to be the bottom of the market, which you'll see later it actually wasn't. But it provided us with over 100 points, as you can see from this trade here. But the point is that we got our accumulation ranges, we got manipulations setting in the wick of this 4-hour candle. Now we can try to catch the distribution of this candle, which is exactly what we did. So my entry was actually at 25.03, which I believe was one of these IFVGs. 25.03. Yeah, so it was actually on like this IFVG right here. So this 1 minute IFVG, like this 1 minute instantly tapped the area, instantly got bought up, inverse that. So I actually went ahead and took my entry like in the middle of this candle because we closed above the CE of this 1 hour or this 1 minute gap, and also got the IFVG of that one. So I was ready to go on this one. I had everything already planned out before the trade, so I actually got a little bit of an earlier entry than the people in the live, because the people in the live, I like to make sure I take my actual back tested. I like to make sure I signal those entries, because yes, this is a great entry on the 1 minute chart, but we were super weak on the night and we want this to be confirmed. So what do we wait for? I believe it was the 5 minutes. Yeah, so the 5 minute, the 5 minute inversed. So the 5 minute got a very nice reaction, inverse this 5 minute bearish gap. So all we wanted to do at this point, longs are very confirmed. We got the 5 minute CISD, everything's lining up. All you want to see is a quick little re-PO3. So what do you want to do in those case scenarios where, like, you guys, if you guys are trading my strategy or trading PO3s, you don't need to catch the bottom. Like, using our theory, price moves in PO3s. So if you don't catch the bottom PO3, there's going to be another re-PO3 for the entry, which is exactly what I signaled out. Like I showed you guys, I caught the bottom like PO3 entry, but I signaled one that went over a 3-to-1 R, which you're going to see here in a second. And that's all you got to wait for, man. So here it was. We got these candles here, and as you can see, price retested into the 5 minute gap. So what does that look like on the 1 minute chart? It looks like a quick little half little PO3, like price started to slow down, then it manipulated into that 5 minute gap, instantly wicked out. So what do we want to see from there? And as you can see, it retested. It got some sloppy candles. All I said in the live, and if you guys were in the live, you guys remember this. Just wait for the 1 minute close above here. You guys should be good to one of these internal highs. Was it this one up here? Yeah. I believe this was the internal high that was the 3-to-1 R that I made everyone. I was like, manage. If you guys aren't managing here, you're dumb, because this is going to be the spot where all the LRL is taken. This could be the spot where we reverse for the night, or we continue to our main draw on liquidity, which is above all these highs. But this was the internal high that we were targeting after we get the 1 minute close. So I got the quote unquote riskier before the 5 and 15 minute chart were confirmed. I got the quote unquote riskier entry way down here after these 1 minutes got inversed. But once we got the 5 minute inverse, then we got the quick little re-PO through the 1 minute to retest the 5 minute inverse. Then, even then, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Even then, so price super strong. I'm sure a lot of people are getting FOMO. Everyone wants to get in. Even right when we retest that 5 minute, I'm not even entering there either. I want to see this close back above the level. So what do we wait for? We waited for a 1 minute CISD to confirm that this 5 minute zone is willing to hold. So what do we do from here? This is where I signaled long on the close right here. Long position, boom. Yep, so on the close right there was where I signaled it. This internal swing high was our TP1, and we had about a 3-to-1 R. Yeah, so we had stops really tight. It was like a 15-point stop type area. It was like right below this 1 minute gap here. So boom, you have about a 3R up to this internal high. And like I said, my draw on liquidity was way up here. So my draw on liquidity was in an imbalance somewhere up here. But like you guys seen, I ended up getting stopped out for a good amount of profit on this trade. Like I said, up about around 1,000 on the day. But you'll see I signaled that and no drawdown. Literally the trade went to no drawdown, wicked our TP1, and that's where I said, okay, now guys, this is, like I said, that's where you manage. Whether you want to move your stops to break even, whether you want to secure half profit, whether you want to secure all your profit, this is the area to manage. And as you can see, kind of how price started to react once we wicked that, not good, right? Obviously there can be follow through that level, but you can see it ended up retesting our actual entry point, and then this ended up flipping on the whole night. Yeah, so there's a reason why these big LRL internal highs, like there's reasons why there's not, whenever I move to break even, or whenever I secure half, whenever I TP early, there's reasons. Like this level wasn't random. There's a reason I said it on stream. It wasn't like, okay, I'm just gonna move break even because I'm scared. It's because it's an important level. These are the areas you want to be managing. Like, this is where price is either going to get the breakout and hit our max TP for what would have been like over $22,000 on the day, but it hit the level and it didn't. So we got stopped out in profit. Had a solid night. Not a like amazing max TP night, but a very solid night, just around $1,000 on the night, and that's how you do it risk free right there. So like I said, I got this entry down here up over 100. So whenever we hit this internal level and form this there's a 5-minute gap, right? Yeah, there's a 5-minute and a 15-minute, I think. Yeah, so whenever we hit that internal level, I move my stops right to that below that 5-minute gap, and that's where I got stopped out, as y'all saw in that little screenshot. So I got stopped in profit on this one. In the short later, I'm not even going to go over that. I wanted to jump over to the New York session because I actually didn't show up for the New York session. We stayed up all night trading London on live, so I had to catch up on some sleep. Very unhealthy staying up all night, but it was worth it because we caught some nice trades and made some good money and kept the win streak alive. But for a quick breakdown, just real quick for you guys that are still kind of confused. All this low resistance liquidity. We had accumulation ranges being formed on this new 4-hour candle open. We manipulated these accumulation ranges into a higher time frame CE of this 1-hour value gap, took out all this liquidity into the 1-hour gap. So you have your higher time frame gap, you have your liquidity, and then you have all this LRL, you have all this stuff for drawing liquidity for back to the upside. So you see price reacts off this key area that we had marked out, planned out, ready to go. We got a PO3 into that area, instantly inversed bullish or bearish gaps. That's where we cut over 100 points along. So that's pretty quick, simple, easy. It's not super my strategy is not super complicated. If you guys haven't checked out the video, make sure you guys go watch it. But it's not very complicated. So let's actually jump to live time because a lot of people wanted me to go over the recap from New York session because I didn't get to. I wasn't there for New York, like I said. So if you guys traded Friday without me in the Discord, I know some people said, "Oh, I saw this. Your strategy played out beautiful." That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are starting to see my strategy play out, and you guys are able to catch it on your own. That's the whole point of my free premium, my Discord. That's the whole point of the free TikTok lives. I want you guys to be able to learn my strategy without having to spend any money. So like, I'm doing all this for free, and you guys are catching my strategy. I don't want you guys to just sit there and copy my signals. I want you guys to be able to catch these plays when I'm not there. I want you guys to be able to have this skill forever. So if you guys aren't in that free Discord, like I said, it's in the description. Join the free Discord. Type from YouTube in the public chat. I'll let you guys in the free premium. That's where we stream New York every single morning, which is my main session. So going into this Friday morning. So like what I just showed you was London. This is Friday morning. We had a beautiful PO3. You guys know I wait for the new 9 a.m. Central 4-hour candle every single New York to even start looking for a trade. So obviously, no, I didn't take this. I wouldn't have took this. I wait for that new 4-hour candle open because it gives me narrative. It gives me lets me play the 4-hour candle CRT. But just price action 101, we had a very clean PO3 here. We had this big accumulation range going to New York open. Price quickly came and manipulated the accumulation range with the fake breakout, and then got on the 1 minute. Got like a beautiful IFG, beautiful CSD, and this thing ran off just that. But once again, like I showed you in the recap last night, as you've seen in my other recap videos, there's no reason to panic. Price moves in PO3. So if you don't catch the bottom PO3, what did I say earlier in this video? There's going to be a re-PO3 entry. So in this very clean PO3 example, the new 9 a.m. 4-hour candle didn't even open up yet. So this isn't something I would have traded. However, that is a very bullish sign, right? That's a very bullish price action. We did it right off of some key swing lows as well. We swept key swing lows, got that PO3, beautiful. So what do you want to wait for if you don't catch the bottom PO3? A 15-minute or 5-minute gap, a PO3 into a 15 or 5-minute gap. So what happened? You guys can see all these 15-minute gaps that got formed didn't get touched. Obviously, this is hindsight, but I'm saying in general, you would mark out your 15-minute gaps, wait for re-PO3s. So we finally formed a 15-minute gap way up here. Boom. So you didn't catch this bottom PO3, but Price super bullish, shifted structure off a higher time frame area, got a PO3 in pre-market, finally formed a 15-minute bounce. Now what do you want to do? Drop down to the 1-minute time frame, look for a quick re-PO3 into a 15-minute imbalance, and boom, what do you get here? My strategy sets up once again. We have a 15-minute gap, new 4-hour candle opened, we form an accumulation range, we manipulate the accumulation range into a POI. So this, and like I said, this one was a 15-minute gap. And even then, how do I know this 15-minute gap's going to hold? I don't. You're not supposed to know. You're supposed to wait for the market to tell you that it wants to hold. So whether you took this 1-minute IFAG or you took the 1-minute CISD after the manipulation, either way, it doesn't matter. So let's just say, for the video's sake, you took this 1-minute IFAG, so you entered right here, preferably with stops at the manipulation lows. But if you want to risk less, you can put it below the imbalance, the recent imbalance. And if you put your P&L to where it ended up going, I mean 150, 169 points just off this re-PO3. Like, you guys don't have to catch the whole market. We had a clean PO3 before the 9 a.m. candle opened. The 9 a.m. candle opens, form 15-minute gap. We get a re-PO3 for the re-entry. Still goes over 100 points. 150, 169 points. Whether you caught all this or not, it almost went up. Yeah, 175 points. But let's just say you caught 100 of it. So like not even the whole thing. Still about a 4-hour trade, 100 points off that re-PO3. So that was, you guys wanted me to go over the New York session because I didn't get to catch it, or I wasn't there. I wasn't even there for it. I was asleep. But absolutely beautiful. If you guys are still confused, if you want any more specific videos on my strategy, any concepts of my strategy, any specific questions, leave them in the comments below here on YouTube, and let me know so I can get some video ideas for the future. But like I said, it's Sunday right now. I'm ready for another great week. Let's keep this win streak going. Try to get it on to a month, because I think we're in between 3 and 4 weeks right now of a win streak. I want to get it all the way to a month win streak. It's been absolutely crazy. You guys have been tuning in for the Discord lives and the New York session every morning. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad you guys are killing it. Real quick before the video ends, I want to go through, like, these are some of the profits from some of my boys. Like, everyone, we caught that short. I want to show you guys. It was actually very funny because obviously, like I said, I do Asia and London live on TikTok. New York session, my main session, I do New York and the Discord. But it was hilarious because, geez, there's so many profits in here. But there was a picture, yeah. So these guys, like, look at this. So this was the trade I just went over in the video. I called it out on TikTok live. This guy made 1,200. This guy made 600 with me, with my stream pulled up. So like, you guys can see, like, I call these out live, man. I do this in live time. We're on just about a month win streak. If you guys want to join this free Discord where I go live and do my analysis and teach you guys my strategy, the link is in the description, and just type from live. Go over to public chat, type from live in the public chat. I'll get you guys into the free premium. And if you guys trade Asia session only, or like you don't do New York's my main session. But if you don't trade it and you only trade Asia, follow me on TikTok. It's just Conkeezy Trades. I'll be live tonight, like literally after I upload this video. So make sure you guys tune into that. But yeah, make sure you guys drop a sub for more. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's keep getting better. Let's keep this thing going. Peace out.